It says in red REC, is that it?
Yeah, that's record.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to find out who put the axe in the trail last weekend. Okay, who was it? T. T. Okay, is that the tribe? Okay. Is this the tribe, one of the tribes speaking? One of the 7-member tribe? Let me center it. Centering is putting down here. Okay, now you can answer. Is this one of the tribe? Okay, I'm gonna recenter it. Is this one of the tribe, or is it is it the chief? The chief I met in the cabin at one time. Or you're in the cabin and I knew you there a long time ago, 2009. Are you the chief yourself? Is there a chief? No. Okay. Did you know, let me center it. Did you know that was my son from last weekend? That the axe was placed on the trail? Okay, I'm sorry, hold on, back up. Did your tribe put the axe in the trail?
Feels like they don't want to talk right.
Did you put the axe in the trail? Okay. Why did you do that? Did you, okay, I'm gonna center it again. Did you know that was my son? Did you know one of those boys was my son? Did you know that boy Jeff was my son that was here? This planchette sucks. Just turn it over, see if it works.
I feel like you're holding it down heavier than
I feel like you're not holding it down heavy enough. I'm not a very good channel.
I feel like they don't want to talk.
Well, somebody's gonna talk.
Ask them why they are apprehensive about talking.
They want to talk. It's just this planchette is not good.
Let's make it flat. Make sure it's flat, because it's like cardboard.
Oh, let me feel it here. God damn, why didn't I bring the other one? Did you know that was my son? Okay. Okay, so what was your intention? Did you think they were trespassers? Okay. I'm gonna center it again. Okay, why did you do that? Would that be the next good question?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you put the axe in the trail? Was that to intimidate them? So they would go? Okay. Is it what I'm thinking? Did you guys tell me that it was because there was something here and you're trying to scare them to keep them in the cabin? Something that was circling the cabin? Okay, what was the intention of that? Yes, are you able to, yeah, you can spell it out. You've spelled things out before. What was your intention of doing that? W. A. Was it W-A-R or war? W-A and W-A.
Warn.
Oh, warn. Are you trying to warn them? Okay, warn them why? What were they
What?
doing?
I warned him of what?
Warn them of what? Please, I really want to know this. Okay, warn them of what? Warn them of what? O. O-A.
I don't know if it stopped.
O-A-Z.
Stop, Chloe.
Okay, you want to start over again? I know that one of we're not very good channels, so start over again, please.
Stop, Chloe.
T. T. All I got is T. Sorry. TT. Let me just turn it over again.
What were you warning Jeff about?
Okay, let's try it again. Start over, please. I'm sorry. This planchet's not very good. A. B. ABB.
AB.
Okay, was it like an entity that you're trying to protect him from? Yes. Okay, was it a paranormal entity? Not living? No. It's a living entity you're protecting him from? No. Is it dimensional? Is it
Panther.
Hmm?
Panther.
panther? Oh my God.
Hmm.
Angela's been getting a panther on his trail camera across the dirt road.
It was stalking him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was circling the cabin? Let me put it down here again for center. Is that what was circling the cabin that night? Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna put it on center. Is that panther gone? Has he moved on?
No.
Okay. With that, let me put it down here again, center. That panther's capable of killing a human being? Okay, center.
Well, thank you.
Well, how concerned should we be of that?
Are we in danger?
Okay, center again. I don't think anybody in Florida has ever been attacked by a panther. Is that true? Is this like is this like a really bad panther? Is he sick? Is this a cougar? Is this something more than a panther? No.
Florida Panther.
Has this panther hurt other people before? Has he attacked other people? Can I center it? Has he attacked people before? This particular panther?
Has he tried?
Okay, Senator, has he tried to attack somebody? We would have heard about it.
Well, has he stopped, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's stalking people. Is he stalking Angelo across the dirt road? My friend Angelo, is he stalking him? So, let me send it again. So you put the axe in the middle of the trail to keep my son and Garrison from walking around at night, which is probably what they would have done. Okay. I had a feeling it was something like that. Okay, I thank you guys. I got another question for you guys. Can I center it, please? Just, I know you don't want us to do this. We won't do it no more here. Your energy was really strong that night, and that time where the 7 of you are lined up in front of the cabin, it's just racking my brain all the time. What happened? Are you human spirits? Were you human spirits? Okay, Senator, are you the ones that used to live at the Shell Mound, the biggest mound over there next to the Gulf of Mexico? Is that your home, and then you used to come here?
Did you live on the water?
Did you live on the Gulf of Mexico, that big mound called Shell Mound? Was that your home at one time? Wow. And let me ask you a question. Are you really 8 feet tall? Were you 8 feet tall back then? Okay, so Greg is right. So you're a regular size like us, right? Okay, let me center it. How come you got so much power? How come you got, I mean, I'm glad you do because I don't fear you, but why do you have, since I've been investigating this kind of stuff for 20 years, how do you got so much power? Or is it because you're an older spirit? Older spirits?
They were more in touch with nature back then than we are today.
Is she channeling it right? Did she say it right? You're more in touch with nature? More grounded? More with Gaia?
They didn't have TV, they didn't have all kinds of crap, bullshit, Wi-Fi, vaccines, they didn't have none of that.
Yeah, but other humans did that too.
There was no crap in their food, no pesticides, no fertilizers.
No interference.
Yeah, no interference. It was just.
Why do you got so much more energy than other human spirits? That'll be the last question. Just want to know. I mean, I find that fascinating. How come you got so much energy? H? O?
Home.
Because this is your home. You're protecting your home and you feel, I forget. Okay, thank you very much, and God bless you, and I appreciate you saving my son, and I owe you one on the other side. I thank you for all you do. I had a feeling that was what your intention was. I really didn't think you were there to harm them, or if you did, you probably thought it was trespassers, but I feel a lot better about it now. Okay, we're closing the window. Oh, wait a minute. Is there anything you want to say to us before we go? Is there any message you have for us? Because we have a hard time hearing you speak. L? Is there anything you ever want to say to us? L-O?
Love.
V? I love you too. Thanks, man. Love you guys. Man, I couldn't have turned out any better than that. Did you get that on film?
Yep.
All right, let's put this up.
Bonnie, any thoughts?
That's what I thought it was.
I had no idea it was that panther. Wow, wait till Angela hears about this. That's amazing. Was that what he was trying to spell out in the beginning?
I don't know.
He was going to A.
It was going to A, B, B.
O or something.
It went to A, B, B too. It was weird.
You probably didn't know the word for panther.
We should probably look up,
Yeah.
words for panther.
Oh yeah, good idea from that tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was amazing.
What tribe is it?
Like I think it's called Tuwaka or something like that.
Mukuans or something.
Okay.
But they're not 8 feet. That's what Greg the Psychic said. He says they're not 8 feet tall. They're just showing you that they're very strong and proud.
They're projecting themselves.
And they have a presence here. That's what Greg the Psychic said. Who's a real psychic. He proved it by me. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do this no more here because they don't like it.
Okay. Ready to shut off?
Yep. If you go to my video I posted a few months ago, the Red-Eyed Tribe, and you'll see Bonnie and I talking about an encounter that we had with them. We've had so many encounters with them, you can't even count them. Every time we bring somebody new out there and they get in a deer stand on our property, they'll say, oh my God, right when the sun was going down, I saw red eyes like 8-9 feet off the ground staring at me, just glowing, and about 50 yards away. And I never saw them until, I think it was around 2010. That was the event that Bonnie and I, that's when I tell the story that I was driving down the road too fast, and they did not like that. And 7 of the tribe, which is the number Greg the Psychic gave us a few years before that, in a video where you see him tour our property, and that was about 2 years ago that I uploaded. And 7 of the tribesmen stood right in front of the cabin, all lined up, and I looked right into the face of one of them. I was 4 feet from him, and he looked right in my eyes, and I looked in his eyes, and the energy was just incredible. I've been ghost hunting since 1994, and I've never felt anything like that. And I've been all over the U.S. and all over Florida. I've been to the most haunted locations anywhere, and never had I felt anything like that. So it's just amazing. Greg said the spirits have saved our lives a few times out here in various ways. He didn't go into details, but Greg was the first one to come up with the word tribe. And then a couple years ago, you'll see an upload where the tribe contacts us on the spirit board, and you'll see it's kind of funny because I thought it was a United States warning or something coming through, and it was, I don't want to spoil it for if you haven't seen it, but go back and watch that spirit board session. That's when the tribe first came through and told us to get the hell off the board because we're going to bring energies around they don't like. It was amazing. So they called themselves a tribe back then. So that's what they know, that's what they're known of. I'm going to post some pictures on this video here so you get an idea of where they come from. My property right here where the cabin is, right off to the right, is their Indian camp they've had for thousands of years. The male camp, and right next to it, Greg Psychic, best psychic I've ever met. I mean, he just, no psychic's going to pull one over on me. He's got to prove himself other ways before he comes up with this kind of stuff for me to believe it. And he's the one that works and he does the table tipping videos that I have uploaded. And tables, my 100-pound table has been in my family since 1967, levitating right off the floor. And I put up infrared cameras and everything, seeing if I was going to catch a hoaxer, but it's he just amazing. He doesn't do it anymore. He moved in. He's a Christian now, so I guess he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. His whole family just was multi-generation table tippers, so he doesn't want to involve himself in that anymore. But it's amazing, just amazing. The stuff, he's always been right. So thanks for watching, and well, now we know who put the axe in the trail, and these Indians are just amazing. I mean, that's how they warned us. They warned us. That's how they warned. That's like if they had an axe, a tomahawk, and their family was behind them a couple miles back, and there's a panther 2,000 years ago, they're not going to leave a post-it note. They're not going to leave anything. You know, they're not going to text message. They're going to take an axe and bury it in the ground right there. And that's going to show them, their family walking up, that, hey, that's a warning. Something bad's going on. Keep your head on a swivel. Get the hell out of there. So they did the same thing for my son and his friend Garrison. So we just misread it. But I knew my higher self. They can communicate with me. I'm like everybody else. I hear it and I don't trust it. But I felt that that's what they're telling me, that it was not threatening. But it would be easy for anybody else.
That's why I want to upload this video, because just about anybody else would take that as a threat, probably sell their property after they just bought it, running in with these beings, and take it completely the wrong way, when really there's nothing but love on the other side. That's what spirit's all about. I've never encountered a negative in spirit. Never, not even one time have I used a spirit board and been cursed at. I'm the one that does the cursing sometimes when I get an entity that I don't want to talk to, that I know is not good, but still it's nothing. It's not. They're pleasant and respectful. So these Indians, they're amazing. And I'm sure they've kept us from snake bites and probably bear attacks and panther attacks in the past, kept us from falling off the porch stairs. You know, they've saved us a few times from what Greg said. So, you know, I can't repay them enough. And they took the time and effort to do this. You know, get my son and his friend and scare him into the cabin and get them the hell off because they would have been walking that night. They would have went with flashlights, with their guns like we do at night, walk around. And that panther, 300-pound panther like that, you're going to see, I got pictures of it on a trail cam, the same panther he's talking about. We got it on our trail cam. And I got one a few years back. Could be a black panther, you can't tell, it's infrared. But, you know, that's a 150, 200, 250-pound cat. And, you know, a house cat, when it goes crazy and grabs your leg or goes after your neck. Look up some YouTube videos on that. A house cat would put a hurting on you. Imagine what a bobcat would do. Just all muscle. Imagine what a panther would do. The first thing it's going to do is going to bite the back of your neck and kill you. And then it'll take you up a 50-foot tree, and your body would rot up there at the top. I'm just going to be graphic about it. A lot of people come up missing. People blame it on missing 411. You know, their carcass is at the top of a tree because there are panthers. There's more than 500 panthers in Florida. See them all the time. We've seen black panthers all the time. Everybody I've ever talked to who spends any time in the woods has seen black panthers. And they're huge. So they picked the last person walking in line. And you'll never hear the person scream. They'll clamp down the back of your neck, and that's it. So I thought this video would be worth uploading for everybody to see. And, you know, there's a lot of love on the other side. Thanks for watching. Hey, what's up, cowboy?
Not much. Sitting on fire.
What are you doing?
Just chilling at the bar.
All right.
A little bit.
Your work?
Not really. I finished my tattoo today, and I'm just kind of burned out.
Oh, which bar? Where you at, on the beach?
I'm always on the beach.
Yeah, I'm videotaping you for the end of that video series. I got an answer for what happened that night from the tribe.
Oh, yeah?
I sure did. We did. Bonnie, Sarah, and me. We
What is that?
Well, there is no chief. You know, Greg the psychic, he's excellent, but I asked him if there's a chief. I just want to know that because I want to talk to the chief directly. There's 7 tribesmen and supposedly a chief. And he said there's no chief. So I said, well, who's this, the tribe I'm talking to? And he said, yes, and a tribal member. And I said, you know, I'm not very happy about the axe deal from last weekend. That was my son and his friend. And I want to know what the meaning, the intent was behind that. And he was warning you. They evidently knew that you're going to be walking that night or something, and to get back in the cabin because there was I thought it was a paranormal event or something. What, it was circling the cabin, making all those noises you were talking about?
Yeah.
A panther.
A panther?
A panther.
Really?
Very dangerous panther, evidently. So,
That's fucking wild. Unless something fucking walking around the cabin all fucking night, like stalking us, so.
That would probably be panther activity, and that's no doubt about it. He said it was. We're channeling and doing a spirit board because Sarah can channel, Bonnie can channel, I can channel some. So I've been getting the messages, and Sarah got them right there, and he couldn't spell out panther. He was using another word for it. I couldn't figure out what it was, but they do pretty good. They can answer yes and no, and they can spell basic words like 4-letter words.
What do they say other than panther?
He said it was a warning, and he didn't know you're my son, but all in all,
yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. What? Oh, now you're calling me.
Huh?
I thought Connor was calling me.
So yeah, he definitely confirmed it was a panther. We're running through stuff in our head. We named about a few things off, and I said, was it paranormal? Was it dimensional? He said, no, living. And I said, panther. I think Sarah said she got panther in her mind, because that happens when you're channeling. You'll get the word from him. It's the same thing. It's a frequency download from your brain, and your muscles, move the playing shit to it. But you'll see. I got it on video. You could definitely see it's communication from them. That's all we wanted to talk to. They told us not to use a spirit board here back in 2012, 13. But I definitely wanted to get the answer to this, because I don't want that kind of bullshit going on. But all in all, he says he loves us. So he spelled that out at the end. I said, is there anything you want to say to us before I sign off that you want to say to us that we can never get the message? And he said, love.
Weird.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that.
There's something out there fucking screaming and growling, and it sounded like something snorting. It sounded like a deer snort. It was so weird.
Well, it's a panther. I asked him, is it sick? Is it sick, like rabies or something? And I said, is panther sick? He said no. I said, has it attacked somebody? He said no. But I said, it's a dangerous threat. I said, we got to be worried about it. Is it still here? And he said, yes, it's still here. But Angelo called me, the week before you got here. He said, hey, watch out. I got a big ass panther on my trail camera. I got a picture of it, I think. Yeah. He sent me a picture of it. I'm going to put it in the upload on the YouTube.
That's strange.
Yeah, so, I said, well, I don't think anybody's ever been attacked by a panther. Is there something more than a panther, like a jaguar? He said, no, it's a panther.
No.
Panther.
There's only, bobcat. There is Florida black panther, I guess.
No, there's no, well, I've seen it. We've seen a couple black panthers. Scientists say they don't exist because there's only 500 panthers left, and there have to be 1 in 2 million has to be a black gene. But come on.
We've seen them.
Yeah, everybody's seen a black panther. They say, oh, no, you're seeing a house cat. Bullshit.
Yeah. We saw the one walking across the road that one day.
Yep. Yeah, it's got a big black ball on the end of its tail, and it's a 200-pound cat. It ain't no fucking house cat.
Yeah.
So
that thing is huge.
Scientists don't get up and get out of the office. I mean, it's rare, but, Bonnie had one walk 20 feet from her, walk right past her. There's the difference between a house cat and a panther. But, no, it's, we don't know if it's black or what, because the infrared trail camera doesn't tell you that, because it'll just all show up as white. But, yeah, Angelo said it's a big panther. He said, be careful. It's out there. He goes, I've got it multiple times on my trail camera, so.
You can hang a big old thing of meat out there and put some fucking traps.
Yeah, so he thought it was a big enough threat to keep you in the cabin. So, that was, figure, back then, if they're walking, I asked him, I said, where do you come from? He said, we nailed it down to Shell Mound. And I said, are you really 8 foot tall? They said, no. And Greg the psychic said, no, they're not 8 foot tall. They just present themselves that. They want to show you that they're strong. But I asked him, I said, what makes you so strong? How come you got so much more power than a regular spirit? I said, are you human? He said, yeah, we're human spirits. And I said, well, what gives you so much power than other spirits? And he said it's because this is his home. This makes perfect sense. It's not our home. 99% of it don't come from here. So, if it's your home turf, you protect it harder. So, Yeah, so it's all good, you know. You just got to worry about
That
natural
doesn't
things.
explain why nothing was fucking coming out that night. I mean, I set the feeder off. There's still corn on the ground for fucking 2 days.
Yeah, damn, that's maybe,
Nothing was coming out. No corn sitting on the ground for more than a fucking few hours out there.
that may be what's going on here. We've been here for tomorrow will be our 4th day, and you know it's really odd. You know, we've seen some piglets out there. They're letting the little piglets come out, but you know that's it. No big hogs.
Fucking weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something very strange going on. You know, we definitely heard some Bigfoot activity. We heard a yelp, and or a wolf.
I was hearing fucking yelps the whole fucking time I was up there. It sounded like some woman screaming.
That's a panther. Yep, they scream like a woman. Yeah, that's a panther. He said it was. You know, we definitely had communication. Ain't no doubt about it. But you can rest assured that definitely we've communicated with the tribe. We've communicated with them before. You know, first letter he spelled was T, and then you know they got a hard time spelling, but they get the message across. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like communicating with a dolphin or something, you know. They don't communicate like us. You know, it's thousands of years ago. They're not, you know, English language and all that, and you know. But think about it. You know, if they were to put a warning out for, you know, say if they're walking through the woods and they'll have to leave their wife and kids, their women behind, and the kids at the women's camp over here that's 10 miles from the Gulf. And if there's a panther, how would they tell them? They wouldn't put a sign out or a piece of paper on a tree or text them. They would probably put one of their axes in the ground, you know, as a warning, you know, and that's what he did for you.
Yeah.
That was a warning. So.
I believe it.
Mind blowing.
Nothing else has ever happened like that out there, so.
Yeah, no, neither of us. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. You know, that was, but I had to get to the bottom of it. So they don't like us to use the spirit board, you know. They're very protective over their property. But so I promised to put it up and not bring it out here again. So I'm satisfied with their answers. So. But, you know, hey.
Yeah, I was all the about it. It's fucking weird.
I had the same thing. I didn't get it on videotape, but you know, me and Sarah were sitting at the camp. Bonnie was sitting next to. I was sitting right next to Sarah in the Ocala forest, and I felt like I had such a strong urge to go get the spirit board. It was the only time I ever brought it. But you know, we didn't use it that weekend. But I just had to go get it and put it on my lap. I had to go get it. We're sitting around a campfire, and Sarah's like, "Oh God, don't bring that thing out." You know, it's always like pulling teeth. You know. I said, Sarah, I can't use it by myself. So I said, just put your 2 fingers on a planchette. I said, I feel like there's an urgent message coming through. And girl comes through. It's she says, I said, who are you? She says, Angel. And she said, beware, danger. And I'm like, danger from what? And I think she said predator or something. And I said, well, what kind of predator? Is it Bigfoot? No. Is it a bear? No. And then she went right to goodbye. After she said she was an angel, right to goodbye. And then right when she did that, this frickin', you could hear something really big crash through the bushes right in front of us. So I was like, holy shit, that's what it is. That's the warning sign. This thing was on its way here. I thought it was a bear or something. But I got up with my gun and I couldn't find out what it was. Probably because it's pretty sleek. It's a fucking panther. That's the one thing we didn't name off. But there's lots of panthers. That's where we saw the black panther at, was the Ocala forest. You got to remember this. You got 50 to 100 square miles of wilderness, you know, at your feet right here, and you're right off the porch. Anything could be out here. Anything. So.
No, I know. I've seen it.
I mean, you got to be careful. You're walking down that trail. You know how panthers kill, like a jaguar. You know, they'll jump on your back and they'll bite in the back of your neck and they'll drag you off. And I guarantee you, missing 411, good percentage of people like that not missing. They'll drag you right up. You see a panther? You ever see that African video where the panther grabs a 12-foot alligator on the back of the neck and fucking clamps down and swims through the water with it to the other side of the river and pulls it out of the river? And the panther looks like he's a third of the size of the gator. That ain't nothing to fuck around with.
Yeah.
So you'll grab. You know, people end up missing. The last person in line ends up missing. You know, and I guarantee you that's the way they operate. They'll grab you. You can't make a sound because they crunch down on you and they drag you off. You know, in South America and stuff, in Africa they put a mask on the back of your head because they don't attack the face part. So that's something, you know, they did you a favor. You know, that's what was circling the cabin. That would explain all the crazy sounds and the psychotic behavior of just circling because he smelled you in the air. They were on your fucking scent. So It was urgent. And that's why they came through. It was urgent. So just want to let you know that. You know, it's not them. It's not them. You know, they got your back, but they can only do so much. Like Veronica, my spirit guide said, you know, they don't protect you from natural things. So for them to come through and make that attempt, you know, the only way you can get protection from natural things, I asked her, I finally got it out of her, and I said, well, narrow it down for me. She said, when you go out into the woods, you say, I asked that my spirit guides protect me from anything natural or unnatural, and it's okay to interfere in my personal affairs. That's how you say the prayer to your spirit guides. Then they can interfere. Because ask them, how do you protect yourself? Protect me from a snake bite. I don't want to get bit by a rattlesnake. You know, that would be the worst thing for one of us to get bit by that. $160,000 bill these days for a snake bite. So that's what she said. That's how you. And what I found out later from them is, you know, anything that happens to you, nothing happens to you that doesn't violate your free will. You agree to everything that happens to in your life. That's major events like that. So what happens is, you know, but you know, that's a contract that I want broken. I don't want to abide by them contracts. You know, when you're on the other side, that doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you're here, yeah, that's not something I need to learn from. I don't have anything to learn from a snake bite, neither you or anybody else here. So I asked her, and she said that's how you get around it, because that's what all boils down to, free will. Nobody violates your free will before you incarnate. You know, whatever serves your higher purpose. If a snake bite serves your higher purpose, you agree to it. Happens on this so-and-so date. So, but that's what you do. That's the prayer you say whenever you go out in a boat, go out in any place that, you know, you're entering that self-executing contract where you have you can be eaten, you can die of exposure, getting lost. You know, you say, I want my spirit guides to interfere in my personal affairs. And whatever serves my highest good and my good in the physical here, make it known. Make your intent known. That you want them to interfere, and that's your personal business. That is your personal affairs, is what you agreed to. But tell them what you want to agree to is not to get hurt. Nothing significant. I did that in 2009. I broke my contract in 2009, and you make the contract with the council before you incarnate. You go in front of the council. You know, that's what they say on the other side. It's a council. And you don't know all the details when you go in front of the council. You just say, well, you got to learn this, and you got to learn love, and you got to learn acceptance, and you got to learn you know, these are things that, you know, the higher ego needs to learn. And then you come here to learn it, and then bam, it's a big surprise. Screw that. Send it to me in my dream. You know, I'll learn it that way. Okay, buddy, I just want to share that with you, and, you know, put an update on here to the end of this story here.
Yeah. No, I'll tell the Garrison about it. It's pretty wild.
Well, tell Garrison. I'll post it on YouTube and send you guys a link so you can watch it.
Nice. Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Love you.
Yeah, be safe. Love you too.
Have fun at T-Bar.
Watch out for the
T-Bar.
Panther.
T-E-A bar. T-Bar.
Goddamn.
I don't know what the V is. The thing there is. T-T Bar. That's my son's place. Botanical Bar. All right. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
All right, bye.